1993 was a notable year for R&B music due to the number of groups that had number one hits, the number of new artists who hit that top spot, as well as how many rap songs went number one that year. 9 of the songs that went number one belong to brand new groups like Silk, SWV, and Escape. 5 groups releasing their debut albums hit number one right out of the box. Meanwhile, 5 rap songs made it to the top spot. Having said that, superstars such as Whitney Houston and Janet Jackson also had number one hits that year. Now that you've been properly prepped as to what to expect, here's a list of every number one R&B song from the Billboard charts in the year 1993. Whitney Houston led off the year, hogging up the number one spot until Valentine's Day came and went. Her song, I Will Always Love You, was written by Dolly Parton. Dolly released her version of the song and watched it go to the top of the country music charts. Whitney's version was released on the Bodyguard's motion picture soundtrack. Whitney also starred in the movie opposite Kevin Costner. I'll Always Love You dominated the charts for 7 weeks. Rap group Naughty by Nature topped the charts with their cut Hip Hop Hooray. Released on their album 1993, the song remained at the top of the charts for 1 week. Hip hop stayed on top with Dr. Dre and Snoop Doggy Dogg's Nothing But a G Thing, staking their claim to that number one spot. Written by Snoop and released on Dr. Dre's debut album, G-Thang stayed number one for 2 weeks. R&B group Silk heated up the late winter and early spring of 1993, hitting number one with the song Freak Me. Even the pop charts was feeling this song, as it went number one there too. Co-written and co-produced by Keith Sweat, the song was released on Silk's debut album, Lose Control. It topped the charts for 8 weeks. Janet Jackson took up pretty much whatever was left of the spring of 1993, hitting number one with That's the Way Love Goes. The lead single from her album titled Janet, the lyrics in the song spoke to a new image and direction for Janet. Previously, she was squeaky clean and she had a girl next door type image. Instead of looking like this or like this, now Janet was laying down in her pictures and trying to look sexy and everything. She rode that new style to 4 weeks at the top of the charts. H-Town kept the charts sexy with their number one hit, Knockin' the Boot. Released on 2 Live crew member Luther Campbell's Luke Records, the song was on H-Town's debut album, Fever for the Flavor. The group's debut single stayed on top for 4 weeks. Yet another new group, SWV, had a song hit number one with their ballad titled Weak. Released on their debut album, It's About Time, the song remained number one for 2 weeks. Tag Team hit the top with Whoop, There It Is. Whoop was the group's debut single, released off of their debut album, Whoop, There It Is, not to be confused with the song Whoop, There It Is by the rap group 95 South. Whoop, There It Is stayed number one for 1 week. Jodeci made it to number one with the song Lately, a remake of Stevie Wonder's song. Lately was released on the Uptown MTV Unplugged album, and the song was number one for 2 weeks. Ice Cube went number one with Check Yourself, featuring the rap duo Das EFX. Released on Cube's album The Predator, the song was number one for a week. Jodeci wasn't done with being number one yet, though. After letting Ice Cube have the top spot for a week, Jodeci came back with their song Lately, which wound up being number one for an additional 2 weeks. SWV came back too, but this time they had a different song. This is their second number one hit of the year with the song Right Here, Human Nature Remix. Sampling Michael Jackson's hit song, Human Nature, the song was released on SWV's album, It's About Time, as well as on the motion picture soundtrack for the movie Free Willy. The song ruled the charts for 7 weeks. Escape was still yet another group that made its debut in 1993. The lead single from their debut album, Just Kickin' It, went #1. Co-written and co-produced by Jermaine Dupri, the song was released on the Hummin' Comin' At Ya album. Just Kicking It remained #1 for 4 weeks. Rap group DRS, which was an acronym for Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, were one-hit quitters. The group released one studio album in their career, and they had one #1 song with Gangsta Lean. Released on their album titled Gangsta Lean, the song remained #1 for 6 weeks. Teenager Tevin Campbell had the final #1 song for the year 1993 with Can We Talk. Co-written and co-produced by Babyface, the song was released on Tevin's I'm Ready album. Can We Talk was #1 for the final week of the year. The song of the year was Silk's Freak Me. Their song was on repeat on the radio and on many people's stereos all year long, but especially during March, April, and early May of 1993. Honorable mention goes to Whitney Houston's I'll Always Love You and SWV's Right Here Human Nature remix, because both of those songs were #1 for 7 straight weeks each. The Artist of the Year, or SWV. They were the only artist or group that had multiple #1 songs during the year. That's going to sum it up for our list of #1 songs on the R&B Billboard charts from the year 1993. Were there any songs on this list that you were surprised that made it to #1? Were there some songs that came out that year that you were surprised never made it to #1? What's your favorite song from this list? Let us know what you think in the comments. Also, if there's a year you'd like to see us do, let us know that in the comments too. Thanks for coming to check out our video. We appreciate you spending time with us, but please know we're doing these countdowns right now, but we have different types of videos that we've made. We've done some one-hitter quitter stories about your favorite artists. We've done mini-series about some of your favorite artists. There should be something for everybody. Please take a look at what we have, and we're sure you'll find something that you like. Thanks again for coming to check us out, and see you soon.